Hello guys, today I am showing you what effort behind any animated movies. The film animation technology has come a long way since the early day of hand-drawn cartoons. And the technique used by animators to bring characters to life have improved dramatically over the years. Pixar together with Disney was the first company to create a feature-length computer-generated animation. So guys, let's start our video.
We didn't want to just take a page from a history book, we wanted to show this in a new way. Yeah, so go ahead and remove and turn it 90 degrees. And so we used animation to help tell the story of how the column was built.
I thought that I can build the models and talking with hands.
It does take a tremendous amount of time, but the reason people still do it is that it still creates a certain sense of motion that you can't get with, say, computer animation or hand-drawn animation.
I know a little bit about 3D, but to have something real in your hands is something that is different.
To move just a frame at a time has a unique look to it that is very special.
We start with more or less a simple idea and more elements are coming, and so it is not just one part, it's like there are a lot of pieces, no?
Fernando is the art director and the set designer, the kind of all-round genius behind building all these miniature pieces.
Each character I make like a sketch, and after that I sculpt with a Sculpey. I bake in the oven, and after that I paint with acrylic. And usually the color is, for me, is the part that is a little bit stressful. So sometimes you start with one kind of color and didn't work. So that one, for example, here I think that there are probably 4 or 5 layers of painting.
One of our characters is holding a cell phone, and if you look carefully at it, everything down to the screen and the metal band around the outside is all there. If you look at the pulley system that the ropes connect to, those are all miniature little pulleys, and they all work in the proper way.
You need to try to get is that something real, no? Something that the readers, when they watch, they feel, oh, this is, oh, what is this? Ah, there are models, they maybe think, how big can be these models?
The reason we're using 2 different scales for this film is that on the one hand we need to show the characters actually building the drums and carving them and pulling on ropes and putting the column together. And then on the other hand, we want to see the whole thing happening in one shot. And if we tried to use the same scale, the tower would be taller than the ceiling of the room that we're in.
So Hans is the director behind the scenes, no? So we work together, but he is the director of the video, no? So a lot of ideas came when we talk, and at the same time with both the ropes around with this one, but he is the eye behind the camera, so he always finds the best point of view.
You do it kind of like this, and then that way we can just see his head.
He animates, and I help a little bit to animate, but he is the guy that animates, and he put together all the story, no?
Even though this is an animated film, we're trying to be very historically accurate. So we've spoken to Lynn Lancaster, who had the theory about how this column was built.
And she told me, oh, I didn't build the model at that time, and the model is always very helpful, no? And it's when you can really see the stuff that worked and the stuff that didn't work.
Because that was what was hard for me in the computer model, is you have to get the ropes so that they don't bump into all the different supports in the tower, and there's a lot of support, so it's like, you know, winding a rope through a rainforest and trying to get it not to touch any of the trees.
One of the cool things about building a working model, once you put them together, they have to work so we can film them. They actually have to function. You see some of the challenges that the real builders must have had. Like if you pull a rope in one direction, is it actually going to, turn the pulley the right way? How much lifting power do you need to lift up a 30-ton block of marble? And those are all problems that had to be figured out back then, and there are also problems that we had to figure out now. One of the things that I took away from making this film is a really strong appreciation for how much work went into building the real column. All the artisans involved, all the craftspeople, building and filming this thing in miniature really made me appreciate what people must have gone through making the real thing, and I hope viewers of the film can take that away too.